quite frankly, sometimes I would have liked to gone up there with the students. They seemed like they were having a great time as well. Certainly there was some good things within the scrimmage and the game. There's some things we have to work on, but overall I thought the energy was really good. It was a fairly clean game. There were some things for spring games we need to clean up. But the Cowboys won. We're excited about that. We'll start our summer workouts May 24th and get ready for our opening game against Montana State. So at this time, I'll open it up to questions anybody may have. Okay, Michael, I think you're up.
Hey, Craig, can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
How would you evaluate Sean and Levi's performances today?
There was a little bit of a mixed bag. I thought some of the throws that I thought should have been fairly easy completed balls were not, and then there were some throws that were challenging throws that either the receivers made a play or they made a couple nice throws as well. We're improving. We talked about improving our passing game. The efficiency on some of the shorter stuff needs to improve, but I certainly saw some explosive plays in the passing game, which is encouraging for us. We'll take a look at it. I think we've got two quarterbacks that are good players that can be successful in the Mountain West. And so it's always dangerous to make a blanket statement without watching the tape, but I was generally pleased with the explosive plays. Need to clean up some things. And I was a little bit disappointed. We let the clock run out a couple times. That's some stuff we got to get cleaned up as far as our operation. Next question, Davis.
Craig, I think they combined for 21 passes in the first half. Was the passing game an emphasis for the spring game offensively?
If we had different guys calling the plays, I thought Paulsek did a good job other than the Midnight Rider play where we threw it back to the offensive tackle. What a dumb BS call that is. I'm going to fire that guy. Midnight Rider. What the hell is Midnight Rider and throwing it to a tackle and losing 15 yards? But outside of that, there was some good things, and we certainly tried to work on throwing the ball better. Tracy.
First off, you know what they say about the girls get prettier closing time? Well, midnight is close to closing time.
That's a good commentary.
Did Swain look as impressive to you running down there as or Titus? Did I get the right name?
Titus Swain?
Yeah. Did he look as impressive to you in his rushing game as he did from upstairs?
I was upstairs, so my vantage point was about where yours was at. Titus possesses some excellent skill, and you saw his explosiveness, and there's things that he has to do to become a complete back, but he's an emerging back, and we're certainly excited about his play out there. I thought he added some great plays today. Sometimes some things are not scripted, and you have to have a guy make a play, which he certainly did. Cody? Yep.
How about Zaire Jackson to play him today? He's the only guy on campus from this class. He misses a pick earlier on a trick play and totally makes up for it.
Well, it was really encouraging. Zaire's from Valor Christian down there in Denver. And, he reached out and did some good things during the course of the spring. He's still young. I mean, most of those guys are getting ready to go to prom their senior year, and he's out playing in a college football game. So it's good to see him out there. Michael?
I think first play of the game was 5 wide, which not all of us are necessarily used to. Just in terms of, you talked about re-engineering the offense a lot this offseason. Given what we saw today, would you say that this was a good look at what we might see this fall?
Well, that's the first look that you guys have had, and we've been working a lot of these things. We're still a work in progress, Michael, but we need to be more explosive. The term that I've used many times is re-engineer, and that's just a different focal point. We have to be true to who we are. We're going to play Cowboy tough football, but we got to expand and be more penetrating, and so we've worked on that. And I thought there were some good things with what we did today. Davis, yes.
Craig, I noticed Devin Wells-Ross was on a scooter and Devin Jennings didn't play. Are those anything you're concerned about long term?
Devo is going to graduate this summer and go on to the next phase of his life, so we're happy for him. He tore his Achilles, and he's getting in the back end of his career. Devin Jennings had suffered a concussion, and so he was not able to play. And then also we had several players that missed today that were COVID related. with some contact tracing. And so we're still working through those issues. We're pushing to get our guys vaccinated. But we were able to get through this spring, Davis, relatively healthy. And that's an indication of 10 hard weeks with our strength and conditioning staff. And we were able to finish off play. I thought it was a very competitive spring game. Michael?
Yeah, I was going to say, just in terms of what you would consider a quote unquote successful spring, what did you have to see, and would you consider, these 10 weeks successful for you guys?
Well, the first thing that I saw our offensive line really establish the line of scrimmage and get some movement. We were in third and long a couple times, but not near as many as we've been. And so we got man on man and got some running creases in there. And then I thought our offense was more competent there. I did see some explosiveness on defense. But overall, I was really well pleased with this spring game. I thought we made progress during the course of the winter, and it showed up during spring. Our guys have been competitive, disciplined, and now it's time to take the next step forward. But overall, I would give this a pretty doggone good grade compared to my 18 years as a head coach. I was pleased with the spring game. Cody?
Greg, we haven't got to see Brash or Hollingsworth. They look pretty good today. What do you think about their performance?
Some encouraging things. Both of them now, ball was on the ground a little bit more. I think maybe Joey fumbled the ball. But Hollingsworth did some good stuff. We've got good depth at the running back position. We did not play X and Trey Smith a whole lot. They played some, obviously. Titus played, but Joey and Hollingsworth played. So we've got good depth at the running back position. Michael?
Yeah, when we talked to you on Thursday, I know you said that there's someone who always kind of appears out of nowhere during the spring game. I don't know if any of us saw Will Pellissier being a guy who's going to kind of stand out.
Bighorn. We call him Bighorn. I ran into my boss at halftime, and he goes, "Is he that good a player?" I said, "Yes." He said the whole Wildcatter jumped up and down, and he's been an emerging guy. He's got good speed. He positions his body well. And he caused some problems for us on the scout team last year. It's been good to see him go out there and mix it up and play. There's a case of here's a non-scholarship player from the state of Wyoming who's coming in and contributing. Yeah, Davis.
So, Craig, you can, like him and Ryan Marquez and some of those guys, do you expect them to contribute for you guys as well at receiver?
There's going to be a whole collection of wide receivers, and typically when a spring game occurs, you spread the teams out quite a bit. We'll see where we're at. Those guys are not, bumping at the top of the rotation with our depth chart, but you can see they can go out and function and play major college football. So that's encouraging for us. It gives us more options as we go through the season. It's going to be a competitive season. We need to build depth, and we're certainly doing that. Cody?
Greg, Chuck Hicks and Easton Gibbs aren't making this easy on you, are they?
No, it's always been great to see competitive guys out there. I don't know about their coach, Coach Bohl, the real Coach Bohl. Maybe have to go coach him up a little bit. It's been good to see those guys mix it up. No, we did not play Chad Muma a lot today, but Chad's an excellent player and really smart. And so, we got the makings of a good linebacker core. Davis?
Craig, how soon do you want to finalize some of these depth chart decisions, and how soon do you plan on releasing a depth chart?
You know what? I think by next week we'll give a depth chart to the SID, and that's not etched in stone, but we're going to be making some decisions. I think what our football team needs to realize, we're going to need all the guys, and so however we sort the depth chart out. A lot of guys are going to be playing this next year, but you'll get something released this next week. Anything else, gentlemen? I know some players are probably outside. Want to say thanks for your coverage all spring. I'm in hopes that sooner or later you guys can be sitting in this room looking across. But you know what? There's light at the end of the tunnel. We're making progress. And like I said at my opening statement, I think the biggest winner were the Wyoming Cowboy football fans. It was great to see them out there embracing college football. So thanks a lot.
Nervous to play